What we got going on today?
We're installing some new struts on the front of Billy's new Camaro. So this thing here's his old struts. You can see these guys are little bitty. These are like standard big tire car struts. So they only got like 3 inches, that might be 4 of travel. So for small tire no prep, 6 inches or more is very helpful. So we're gonna put Strange sent us some new struts. I think they're 6.5 inch travel.
Nice.
So we're gonna stick those on there. Let's pull one of these out here and see what they look like. Really wrap these things up.
Yeah, protecting them. Oh yeah, way big.
Way bigger.
Way bigger than what was on it.
So there you go. You can see the difference.
A little different.
Those are quite a bit taller.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it'd be about there. Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Huh.
So now we got to try to fit those on there.
That was gonna be my question. How does that fit in if that's what it was used to?
Well, so the old struts mounted off the side of the tube here.
Yeah.
So the new ones obviously are going to be way up here.
Yeah.
So we might have to cut some of this and rework it, but
cool.
I'm going to get it jigged up first and then we'll go from there. We also got some these are the Hammer Concepts and Design strut cups. These versions are different than his standard version. These are actually wider. They're meant for long travel so that the wider allows the shock to travel more side to side.
Nice.
So that it doesn't bind up.
Nice. Oh, so you swap that. That's what replaces that?
No, this is just like a spring spacer.
Got you.
I don't know what springs he's got. Let's say we probably won't use this. Yeah, I like that better. So I think he meant for the big spacer to go on the bottom and then the misalignment spacer goes on top. That looks more better.
More better. So will that freely move like that?
Yep.
It's like an elbow or like a joint?
Yep, so it's got a spherical in there.
Nice.
So you can see it's got a bearing in it.
Yeah.
So that's what, when the front end travels, it allows that strut to move and not bind up.
Got you. Cool.
Yeah. So this is the old school way, is like it was mounted before. It would have just had a tab here with 2 rubber bushings, and that kind of binds up. So it doesn't allow it to travel as freely.
Gotcha.
The other nice thing about the strut cups is that you can do ride height adjustment.
Oh, nice.
Without adjusting the spring.
Oh, sick.
So
that's smart.
Yeah.
Nice.
These make it really, really easy to mount a set of struts on the front. I like to, when I'm mocking these things up, instead of using the nylon lock nut that it comes with, because they're a pain to get on and off, and if you have to take it on and off a bunch of times, tear the nut up. I like to use a 5/8 lug nut because it's the same thread. Here's the steering arms and the studs for the bottom. I'm gonna try to reuse his old lower control arms, so these are the ones that were already on the car.
Got you.
They're already strained, basically the same. The kit came with pieces to make new ones, but they're the exact same as those, so.
No need to use?
Yeah,
hopefully
I can just use these and I don't have to make a new set.
Or just trying to line up the same as the...
Yeah, I was just trying to make them both have about a 1/2 inch of thread showing, so that way I got adjustment in and out. Always better to start in the middle.
Gotcha.
We're gonna take my home belt strut jig.
I was wondering if that was going to be used for something.
Yeah, this is a jig I made out of square tube that slides on the spindle, so that we already got the car squared up on the chassis table.
Yeah.
And then basically this guy will set my ride height. And also holds the strut square and straight.
Nice.
So that I can build to the top of it.
Oh, nice.
So.
I was wondering what that little contraption was.
Yep.
I just don't understand this. I mean, this is out of the hood.
Wow, right now.
Well, that's because it's extended all the way.
Extended.
Okay,
I'm gonna compress it way
I was about to say.
down. Todd's thinking the same thing though. He's like, that's never gonna work. Very curious. Get angle finder. We'll check the caster.
You don't think it'll work?
We're just trying to kind of figure out where this bar is going to end up having to be. Initially, like we talked about, coming off from this bar and like going to the cup. But after Brad and I were looking at it last night, you know, in relationship to where the wheel is, it's just this bar is not in the right spot. So
we're getting there, Todd. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
So I got my little digital angle finder, so I'm gonna set the caster, which is the lean back on the strut. So caster is this way, camber is this way, and then toe is obviously like the wheel turn. So on a drag car, any drag car, you want 6 to 10 degrees of caster. That makes the car drive real nice and smooth over bumps, makes the steering wheel return to center well, so it just like adds stability going down the racetrack. So pretty much all tube chassis cars run 10 degrees. So we're gonna lay this strut back 10 degrees. That'll make the car drive real good.
I'm excited to watch him do this because I really don't know enough about any of this. So I was excited to watch Brad let his big brain just...
How many people probably don't know about this that set up a car and don't set it to the 10 degree?
Probably more than you'd like to know. The amount of sketchy stuff that probably happens on half the cars that you see go down the track. Like,
I'm sure what car is that?
Lonnie's.
Oh, that's Lonnie's car?
I love that car.
That's a cool looking car. This thing is sick.
This is Lonnie's car.
I like that.
Enough to bring it in.
It kind of a little hot, and then we can take the hood off, and you can tell Rick what we're doing.
Okay.
I want to steal that. Back to the action.
Back to
Got it to 10?
now. Right now we're at 12. So sensitive.
I know.
It's pretty close.
What? We were on 10 for a second.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with?
Yeah. I'm sure it'll move around a little bit while we're working, but that gives us an idea. So we're gonna set this thing up to where it's got like a 1/2 inch of up travel, and then it'll have like 6 inches of down travel. We might have to stick the front end on here.
To see if it's gonna...
See if it's gonna clear the hood.
I mean, you know, I ain't no professional, but it's not looking like it.
It's pretty high. Yeah. We might have to run this strut cup. I can run it down a little here.
Yeah.
And also, I can compress the strut a little bit more. It'll just make the car sit a little bit higher. So I have my strut jig built to where with a 26-inch tall front tire, the front will sit about 3.5 inches off the ground. So NHRA says 3-inch minimum front clearance, because the beams on the starting line, if you're below 3 inches, your front end can trip the beams, and you're supposed to trip the beams with
the tire.
Front tire.
Gotcha.
So you got to have a minimum of 3 inches, anything in front of the front tire.
Interesting.
So
Didn't know that.
try to get it as low as we can. But if we got to compress this down a little bit, it'll be okay. It'll just raise the front of the car up a little bit. So not the end of the world. Not for a no-prep car.
Yeah.
Also, this tube's probably not going to work because we got to slide a spring on here.
Yeah. It's not going to be enough clearance.
It's literally going to be rubbing the tube.
Yeah.
So like Todd was talking about earlier, we were looking at this last night. I was just kind of visualizing it, and I was like, this probably isn't going to work. It was fine before because the strut was way down here.
Yeah,
it was so short. But now the body of the strut and the spring is way up here. We're probably going to have to cut this off and rework this area. So ideally you would cut all of it off and just redo this tube altogether. But since we got bars going through the firewall and stuff, I really don't want to mess with that since that's already all done. So I might cut it here. I might even cut it like here and just tie into it. But that's definitely not going to work.
Nah, it doesn't look like it.
stick the front end on here and
See if it's got that
see
clearance.
if it's even going to clear the hood.
Yeah.
Next question. So we know this isn't going to work. Now we got to figure out if this
Hopefully
is going
we
to
get
work.
at least one of the two.
Yeah, we can move this bar. We can't move the hood.
That's
Because the weight being knows the car.
look at that Hemi.
That's a LS.
That was a good guess.
This is Luscious Lonnie's car.
Yeah,
That's just
I'll
fine.
beg for a Hemi. You won't go for it. What? I've been begging for a Hemi.
It would fit. I mean,
I got
geez,
close, man.
look at all this.
There's a lot of space in there.
I got close.
If you don't remember, Lonnie's who does all of our amazing transmission work. So this is his car.
You can't see down there.
I'm just glad you're gonna make me tell
Say,
the Luscious Lonnie's
Lonnie's
story.
got an iron LSX block now.
Yes.
Didn't you order a billet block?
I have built block, yes. I already have. I have one and ordered another one.
Yeah.
I sold the LS main block, and then we're doing a big block Chevy main type setup.
It's got all the exotic LS parts.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, because
Don't
when
do
you
it.
blow it up, you can't get parts.
You can't
for
get parts. It's down. It's
Hey,
down
we're
here.
gonna blow it up.
We or not.
Yeah, well, why are you putting us in there?
Todd, grip the other side of this front. Brad, you don't want to be part of that? Yeah.
Made in house, used in house.
Get on our site,
Yeah. Ricky, insert a link.
Pro tip, remove the Zeus's before paint. Reinstall after paint.
Pro tip or just common sense? I don't know.
Either one. Did you get this thing so dirty for, Todd?
We need to get one of their requests was whenever we start messing with this thing, I need to put skis.
Does this thing not have
No.
locators?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was one of the first things they asked me when they dropped it off was, can you put locators on the front end?
That is wild. We're already
Yeah.
way above the front end, and two, into the front end, side of the front end. Can't even use the front end on it. Okay, well that answers our question. Nope, that ain't gonna work.
Strike number 2.
Strike number 2.
I have to get shorter ones.
Whoa. So even if I run this down, they're still gonna be up through the hood.
This thing gonna look like a trophy truck.
Why do I feel like I have seen that at the track where there's like, it does pop out the hood?
I don't know. I can't.
I think it looks tight.
I can't think of any right now. Any.
I'll say I've seen
I feel like
I've
I've seen
seen
it.
on some no prep cars. I've seen them sticking out of the hood before, but I don't really care for the
I was just joking. I don't think it
way
looks
that it
tight.
looks.
It looks pretty low budget.
Well, that sucks. That's not even close to working. So we're either gonna have to get a shorter strut, or we're gonna have to raise the ride height of this thing a bunch.
Yeah.
And that's out of the question.
It'd be looking like it's just doing a wheelie.
Yeah. It's that Cali lean, baby.
Yeah, that's big time off.
Yeah. We've got major problems so far. Doesn't fit this way, doesn't fit this way.
Brad, I don't think that's supposed to be that high.
Yeah, we got
all the way
major
down.
problems.
Well, I mean,
We're just gonna have to tell Billy. We're just gonna have to tell Billy, you can't run a hood on it, bud. Sorry.
We need about a 3-inch long strut.
I'll say, do you got any of the aftos left?
I do.
Off, Todd. Let's see. I think we got a 6-inch AFCO strut laying around.
See if it fits
We're
anybody.
gonna see if
What's
it's
this one measure out at?
It's a 6.5-inch drag, which I think is what the AFCO is also. It's basically a Mustang strut, the AFCO Mustang strut. Let's see if that's any shorter. Might help us.
Not ideal.
Not ideal.
This might be a fail video.
It's good for the people to know that it doesn't always work out perfectly the first time, you know?
It's true.
That looks about the same.
Find out. The body of it's different. You can buy these from us. Shameless plug.
Oh no, that's way shorter.
Way?
It is.
Way shorter.
But is it way shorter enough?
I don't know. It's still gonna be close.
It's still good.
Only one way to find out.
Spencer makes another one too that's a 4.5 inch travel.
Yeah, I know.
So we had to go that way.
Yeah, but
I mean, it'd be better than that.
yeah, I'd really like to put a 6-inch travel on this thing.
It's a good thing he's not street driving it. This would be what we call a pothole killer.
Pothole killer?
Throw this on the street, no up travel, just boom. Bob.
Oh yeah, I guess now that it's off, there is a big difference. I can see with where it sits.
All the way out. These might be the 4.5s that Jason was talking about. Yeah, that is the 4.5. That's why it's so much shorter. 7.5. So these are actually almost a 7-inch travel shot.
Oh,
They're
damn.
advertised as a
6.5,
but they're actually like 6 and 7/8.
close to.
Them dudes are long though. I think the body of this strut from the 4.5 to the 6.5 is the same.
Yeah.
I think it just has a shorter shaft.
So if this fit in there because of the body, then other one would fit. You just would have to compress it a little more
Yeah, exactly. So we might still be able to use this one for mock-up.
to mock up.
Yeah. We had another set. I think Nicky Bobby. I actually have a mock-up set.
Do you think you can get the 6 to work in a half cab?
I think so. Well, that's what I was going to say. We don't have a set, but we text Mark and have him double check that the body's the same.
Or just
I was riding my bike.
Riding your bike?
Yeah.
What about skateboard? Do you ever ride a skateboard?
the 6-inch travel.
What you got in your pocket?
Where's that?
Got that thing on you? You got that thing on you?
No, it's right here.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Always keep it in the pocket
Okay, it's all there.
in case somebody wants to race.
Actually,
It is-
we actually have a 6-inch. So he said the body on the 6 is different, but we own a 6 for Maka.
I know, Nick has it.
Yeah,
You gave it to Nick. He said the body's different?
he did say the body's different. There, Nicky Bobby. Look.
Hi.
You got. Huh.
Couple dots here.
Oh, dang. You're working on your shop. Oh, there it is. That's what we need. Nicky Bobby has it.
Hold on, go back to that hole in the building.
It's not big enough.
He already knew what I was talking about. It's not big enough.
Not wide enough.
Look at his shop, man.
Tall enough, just not wide enough. That one's not either.
Dang, your shop looks looking good, man.
Check out my new floating table. Papa hung the lights up and he helped me. We mounted this and we coated it and he hung more lights up and
Dude, that's where Nicky Bobby's gonna have his
I'll say,
last supper.
That looks
Jesus.
like a bar, bud.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see all the disciples sitting there. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna show you what Brad's measuring, and then you measure that. See this?
yeah.
So what is that? 10.5.
Yeah.
See if that one's 10.5. Yeah, that one's 10.5. Is that
To ask him to measure how much shaft sticks
how
out.
much shaft? Is that the shaft full extended right now?
Yeah. Like to the top of the adjuster, like 7, 7, 8.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's
7/7/8.
That's what this is. So that's also only a 4.5.
Yeah, it's only a 4.5. You don't have to ship it. I do need you to ship it back, but you don't have to do it with the quickness.
With the quickness.
We're working on Billy's car, and they sent us these strange struts, but they're really tall. So now we're trying to make that one work, which is the Mincer. Because this one sticks through the hood like a monster truck.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean if we're not, I mean we don't need a hood where we're going.
No.
Said we.
Yeah,
Billy.
Yeah, Billy. Does.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Here, take that back.
All right. All
I'll
right.
take that one back.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Meanwhile,
Yeah. We can actually go up way higher than we were thinking.
Yeah, why? I don't know what that aluminum pan they got in there is for. Just like,
I mean, we could be way up here.
yeah. I mean, that looks good right where you got it. It's kind of centered, like in the grill, top to bottom.
It's freaking heavy, I can tell you that. That would work. Run the downpipe through this kind of void here.
Yeah.
Down, and then kind of turn. And then up this way. And then this guy can snake like that, and up in, and then that one up in, and then like you said, the charge pipe will just come.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, he was worried about room up front. I'm like, we got
all kinds of room.
I've been working on
Have you seen a Chevy too?
Yeah, I'm building the Chevy too. I ain't got nothing like this. I didn't know this, but he was telling me there was only 1,200 of these made.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he said, like, if you're into Buicks, like, this is like the Buick to have.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was only 1,200.
That's crazy.
It's crazy to be running it down a drag strip. I guess there was like a real restored one that just sold for like $500,000 on Bear Jackson. Whoa. Make me a little nervous racing it.
You always fix it.
More moments later.
Hit the nutsack, I'm done. Old peg.
Old peg leg ain't slowing him down. He's still sturdy.
It's not cool to pick on my handicapped friend.
You gotta get James Walker around the corner. Jay got him present.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, which is Jebediah got it. Come here, Jebber. What? Come here.
They're planning on jumping you. Be careful.
Come on. I still feel okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, Jebediah got that for you.
That's funny. All right, let's get to
All right, what do we figure out about these old shocks from Mincer?
All right, so obviously we figured out that this wasn't going to work. We kind of knew that based off the ride height that we wanted to run the car at. So we're wanting to be about 3.5 inches off the ground. Like, that's the ride height that we want. So we could raise the car up and then this situation work, right? But we don't want that. I love Nicky Bobby, but we don't want the car sitting like Mountain Dew did. So reached out to Mincer. Mincer's our preferred shock provider all the time because us and Mark go way back. I just love them so much. So this is what is currently mocked up in there now. This is a 4.5 inch travel spindle mount strut. So Mark and them are actually going to rework a strut kind of like this. They're going to move some stuff around, make a body for it, I think, is what how they're going to go about it. But basically, we're wanting to package a 6-inch travel strut, and we want it to sit low and all that stuff. So they're going to have to change how all this geometry is here. So, and it's definitely possible. And then our hope is from this, we'll be able to offer a solution like that for you guys, right? Like, this is really common to take an older big tire car, set it up for small tire, no prep, and want to have some more front end travel. So this is a problem that we run into pretty often as we're selling parts to people. So hopefully this will be something that, like I said, we can offer you a great solution, and it'll be coming from Mincer Motorsports, which if you see the 2 M's on there, you're in really good hands. So I'm excited to see what they come up with. Billy's waiting on his engine anyway, so Mincer's hoping to have a prototype to us by about next week so we can move on. But right now we're a little bit in a holding pattern until we get the struts, because I think Brad went into it, but I'll just highlight again, we're probably going to have to redo more of this than what we were originally thinking. So you don't want to get the motor in there and do all this stuff and then, oh crap, this isn't going to work. So I see people do that all the time when they're building their own stuff. There is a logical order to this, even if you have to wait, which is, most of us are impatient. So hopefully we'll have them next week, and then we'll have another update video for you on the old white Camaro here. As always, like, share, subscribe. We'd appreciate you watching. If you haven't got in on the rear end housing giveaway, you got until March 1st to do that. So all the apparel on our website, every dollar you spend is one entry into it. So good luck, and we'll see you next time.